What's up, guys? This is Drake, and today I'm going to be doing a video on Rhino or Rhino Prime. Now, as you can see, my Rhino looks a lot different. It's because I paid for the Paladin skin because, oh my gosh, how cool does that look compared to, well, that. Oh yeah. Um, so let's go ahead and jump into it. This is a build for Iron Skin and a little bit of Rhino Stomp. Now, there is a different way to do things. You can do it with Roar to increase your, I don't know, increase the damage for a short term of time to make you, a little bit tankier. There really isn't any need as long as you have your Iron Skin pretty well. I have my ferrite armor at 1.887 or 1,887.5, which is pretty good, I think. It's almost, in terms of strength, I would say the Iron Skin is pretty strong, or around like the equivalency to as long as my previous Frost Prime build was, but for the Snow Globe. So the Snow Globe and the Fire Armor, I think, work off of like something similar when it comes to like the whole like programming side of things, would be my guess, because they usually last around the same depending on who's shooting you or who's shooting the Snow Globe. But like I said, this is for Iron Skin, so it's going to cost 50 energy, which, yeah, seems like a lot considering I do not have a lot of energy on my Rhino. But what I like is the fact that it's so strong. Now, there is an augment for it, the Iron Shrapnel, so you can basically use the exact same move to like get rid of it and then reapply it, and then it shoots, shards to an enemy. Yeah, I like that. It's really cool, but it's not a necessity. And I would prefer my Rhino to be a lot stronger for the Iron Skin, and then just keep an eye on it, since you can turn that on and look at it anyways. So obviously I'm going to do Energy Siphon. Now you can do Corrosive Projection, but since there's so little energy, I'm capping out at 150 for Rhino. I like as much energy as I have. I have the Xenuric Focus, doesn't matter, still want Energy Siphon. That way I'm having as much energy as I possibly can, just spammed at me constantly. So if I want to spam down my Rhino Stomp, or if I'm throwing down, level 100 enemies, and my armor is going down fairly quickly, which you can only have your Iron Skin so strong. I mean, I just like to have all that energy as much as I possibly can. I can deal with everything else later. This is primarily for a defensive, tanky build. Obviously for like Chroma, you can use like a Elemental Ward or Vex Armor, which is kind of like an invincible Chroma. Has the exact same type of deal with that. I'm going to go for Power Drift, because you want that strength as strong as possible, because that's going to affect how strong your Iron Skin is. Now, I have Blind Rage. It's not completely maxed for a couple of reasons. One, 81% on Power Strength. That's quite a bit. And then negative 45% on Efficiency. You're already at 150 power. If I went any lower than that, it's going to cost me so much energy. The entire build would be pointless, in my opinion. I threw in Transient Fortitude for more strength, less duration. The duration isn't really going to matter too much, especially with Rhino Stomp. Rhino Stomp is based off of duration, though. So as soon as you throw down a Rhino Stomp, if there's any enemies alive, it's still going to last like 3 seconds. So, but if you kill everybody within that Rhino Stomp radius, then the Rhino Stomp resets. But if you don't, that's why you have like a couple of seconds left on your Rhino Stomp. So you can only get the duration down so far, and 12% is pretty dang low. I'm going to go and intensify for more strength. Now, armor affects the Iron Skin. So that's why I have the the armored agility for that extra 45% armor, plus that speed doesn't hurt. And then I have steel fiber, which is another 90%, which is really nice. I also have streamline and fleeting expertise for, efficiency, and obviously we don't need that duration. In fact, we actually want that duration really low for the Rhino Stomp. And then redirection. Now you can do whatever you want. If you really wanted to throw down vitality, you can throw down vitality and have, more health, especially if you have like a metal ray with your carrier or whatever companion you're using. But as you can see, I went from 300 to 740 health, which is a lot, but if we're doing shields, you can obviously see I'm going from 450 to 1100, which is quite a bit more. So if you get knocked, if your iron skin goes away, you still have all that shield, and then within that shield period and your health, you should be able to throw on at least one more iron skin before it really gets to your health. And even if it does, I would highly suggest that meta ray to rejuvenate your health or restore your health. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in real quick to a mission, preferably, something where I can just show you how strong the iron skin is. It doesn't really matter. And let's go down. Let's throw down a Pluto, because everybody likes. You know what? No. Let's throw down a Sirius, a Draco. Everybody goes to Draco. Everybody likes. This is where you're going to get a lot of experience, anyways. I'm doing this mission solo, so I'm going to cut out, before even the first wave ends, just to show you guys, what the armor does compared to a whole bunch of enemies. Now, once you get up past, in my opinion, level 60, 65 enemies, you're going to be taking some pretty big hits, especially from like bombarders if you're doing a void or any type of Grenier type mission. So as always, let's go ahead and skip this. I mean, the iron skin doesn't cost that much, but I do need that energy, especially if you're playing solo. And I brought my Sonic Core because I always bring my Sonic Core because I love this weapon. But I've got level 35 enemies. Let's reset that, because I jumped down the shaft, which was my bad. So I'm just going to sit here, let enemies shoot me. I'm actually going to walk up to them. Please shoot me as much as you can, people. I got 1, 2, they're just like bombarding me. We have this hyena trainer that probably would have knocked me down if I didn't have the iron skin on. I'm not really taking too much, I'm just kind of standing here. Yeah, it's going down decently, but I can sit here for a while. I'm not going to sit around and just get killed when I'm playing a game. I'm going to be jumping around. So if I have a whole bunch of enemies, well, thanks Carrier Prime, you killed everything. Jeez, well, that was pointless. But as you can see, my iron skin does pretty well. You're obviously not going to sit there and just get blasted from whoever. You are going to like jump around, and that armored agility with that extra 45% armor, but you're also going to have that extra speed, which helps for Rhino, because look how much faster he is. It does quite a bit. You can jump around, do stuff, and you're going to be able to like stay there. So if you're really good at shooting and you like your weapons as opposed to just using abilities all the time, you're more than welcome to do that. Obviously I can run around, jump, and then drift around, which is always nice. And that's about it. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump out, just because the whole point was to show you what it did. We had about, what was that, 4 hyenas, 1 hyena trainer, and then 3 other enemies that just kind of like whopped at me for a little bit. Just by standing there, they're going to be able to get 100% accuracy at shooting at you, so you're going to take quite a bit of damage if you're just doing nothing. So you can't just spawn your iron skin and then just walk away from your controller. But that's my build for the iron skin for Rhino Prime. If you want to make it look cooler, obviously you want to get that paladin skin, because how much cooler does that look? Obviously, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And as always, if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know. But if you have any compliments, I'll take those in spades. Peace out, guys.